Hey guys, it's your boy CeeLo Not Green, and after being silent for way too long on all of the news that dropped the last week or so, I'm finally here to bestow upon you, my lovely, beautiful, beloved viewer, my opinions on the new things coming up in Overwatch 2. Sorry I haven't made a video about Kiriko or the Battle Pass, but hold on, before you start throwing rocks at me, let me explain. I've been kinda grinding at work the last week specifically for when I call off a good number of days next week, partly for a friend's wedding, and also maybe like 3 or 4 days to No Life Overwatch 2 when it comes out. Okay, listen, ya boy is ready! I mean, after all.
Can you believe it, guys?
Overwatch 2.
Just a week away. Woohoo! I am so happy about this information.
Overwatch 2.
Just a week away. Oh, wow.
Okay, for real now, since I've been kind of silent on everything, and now that I have a little spare time to make this video, I wanted to talk about how I feel about the launch of the new game in only a week. The good, the bad, and the ugly. I'll segment this video up into my few talking points, so if there's some part you really want to hear, check the timestamps in the description to find that part. So let's waste no more time and get into it. Okay, so before we get into anything, I just,
And I really wanna let you know that I can never let you go, 'cause I just wanna be only yours.
CeeLo Sings Horribly with Auto-Tune, the album, dropping winter 2022. Kiriko is the newest support hero in the game and the last one since Baptiste back in 2019, so it's been almost 4 years since we've had a new support hero, so let me have this. I'm sure that you've seen a million videos talking about her kit and first-hand accounts from people at the Creator Summit and all that fun stuff, but I just wanted to talk about my impressions and her in general. It's so nice to have a utility-based support being in the game. Having a hero akin to someone like Zenyatta is so nice after having heal-pumping supports like Ana, Moira, Brig, and Bat be added. That's not to say that they don't have utility, they do, except for Moira for now, but having a support be a real support and not just a healing bot is a really nice thing to have in the game. It allows for people to be able to show that they can actually make really cool plays using Kiriko's cleanse and her ultimate, as well as being able to show off if you can hit the kunai daggers. Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you and say that I haven't been hitting the Genji and quick play for the last week to practice, but Eugene, okay. Besides that, I really like her design. I like how it's really simple, but she has that cute flair with the headband and the fox, and oh, she's so cool with the jacket. I only have one complaint, and that's how her fox isn't really a core aspect of her kit besides her ult. I kind of wish the fox spirit was following her around at all times, because that would look so awesome. Plus, new skins would be able to change the way the fox looks, but I guess that's just more and more work on the artists and animators to do per skin, and I don't know if that's really worth the extra time. I guess Hanzo and Genji's dragons aren't really there besides their ult either, so it's in line with them, but I do kind of wish that she had the little friend running around with her all the time. She looks like she's going to have a really high skill floor as well as a really high skill ceiling. She might end up being one of the hardest heroes to play, even at a minimum level. Expect to beg and plead for your support to swap off of her as soon as possible. Oh yeah, and one last thing,
And I really wanna.
Okay, here comes the big one. This will probably end up being the large majority of this video, so strap in. Obviously, this is one of the biggest controversies in Overwatch history, maybe the biggest, more so than role lock, more than the 5v5 swap. Honestly, I'll just go ahead and say that yes, this is the biggest controversy in Overwatch to date. Hopefully it's the last one. So with Overwatch 2, there will be a Battle Pass where you can play the game to level up the Battle Pass and unlock a bunch of amazing skins, including the mythic Cyber Demon Genji one, which is just absolutely epic in every literal sense of the word, as well as unlocking new heroes. Yuck. I just want to put out there that my scaldingly cold take is that I hate having heroes locked in the Battle Pass, especially over 50% of the way through it. Now, this won't be a problem for the vast majority of you watching this video, since I assume about 99% of you actually play Overwatch already, and they did announce that everyone who owns Overwatch 1 will get Kiriko immediately, so only the very new players will have to unlock her in the Battle Pass. So this season, we can breathe a sigh of relief. However, in the upcoming seasons like Season 2 in December and then Season 4 in April, we won't have the hero instantly unlocked. For me personally, I don't think this will ever be a problem because I will buy the Battle Pass every season regardless if it has a hero in it or not. I'm a big boy and I can spend my money how I want. I'll talk about the monetization in the next section, so I'll hold back now on that point. If you want to play the new hero in December, you'll either have to grind for I don't know how long to get to level 55 in the Battle Pass, or you'll have to break out the old plastic money card and start swiping. When you pay for the premium battle pass, you get the new hero instantly, in case you didn't know. As much as I hate the idea of heroes in the battle pass, I get it. You want to have that carrot on the stick to have more people play the game more and more, And the more people that play the game, and the longer said people play, the more likely they'll want to buy a skin or two, or fuck it, why not just buy the premium battle pass for 10 bucks? It's all about the incentive to buy things, and that's exactly what the battle pass system was designed to do. I feel like I'm starting to edge more and more into the monetization part of the battle pass, so I'll wrap up my feelings on the heroes within it. I don't like the idea of it, obviously, but I'll say this. Level 55 is too high in my opinion. If they're going to do it, they should have it be a little lower in the battle pass levels. Like, why not level 40? Get through the first half of the battle pass and you get the new hero. Finish it and you'll get the incredible mythic skin. Boom. I feel like that's incentive enough. If they're going to stick with the heroes in the battle pass, they need to make it at a fair place within it. Until we know how fast it takes to get there, I'll hold my really harsh criticism of it until we really know. And another thing with the hero in the battle pass, listen, if you're complaining about people not getting Kiriko, I don't think you want people playing Kiriko. I don't think you want the new people to be playing Kiriko, like the hardest support in the game. So you know what? Keep her up there. Keep her up there. Okay, let's go into the next part because that's really might end up being the longest part of this video. Okay, I think this is really what people are hating. It's less of the battle pass and more of the money we're gonna have to spend in the game. Listen, Overwatch 1 was the most forgiving game when it came to cosmetics. You could play the game for free after buying it, which doesn't make much sense, but anyway, and get free loot boxes and get every legendary skin for free. Overwatch has the best cosmetics in gaming. The Fortnite skins are cool, but half of them are just models of pre-existing IPs and characters. When it comes to unique character-based skins, Overwatch is leaps and bounds ahead of every other game, and it's not even close. The value you got from paying 20 or 40 bucks for Overwatch however long ago is unreal, and that's why they are changing the monetization. Overwatch 1 died a slow and painful death. I think most of us were here for the painful 2-year drought of content. I know it's easy to forget with Overwatch 2 so close and this last year being pretty good with content with the betas and all, but we went through a horrible time where we were the butt of every joke online about dead game lol. Any conversation that involved Overwatch ended up with the game being shoved straight face first into the dirt. And we got there because guess what? The game wasn't making money. They didn't have the funds to keep the game churning out content. You loved how Overwatch 1 was so forgiving, that's why it died. Like, listen, I know it's a very hard pill to swallow. I'm glad loot boxes are gone, honestly, and it's not because it's outlawed in like every first world country, but because now there's a way for the game to make money. Does it suck that we won't get every skin in the game now? Yes, it does. And that's coming from a guy who has every loot box skin and every special Overwatch League skin in the game unlocked. I know my little skin collecting heart will shatter when not every hero progress bar in the hero gallery isn't 100%, but if a funny colored bar isn't full, I'm not going to be too upset about it. I play Overwatch for the gameplay, and the skins and cosmetics are just a cherry on top. Let's be real here, $10 for a battle pass every 9 weeks or 2 months is extremely fair. Just put that $10 somewhere else. You can get 2 cups of Starbucks in a week and pay, what, 10 bucks for, what, 1 hour of drinking time between both? You can get a horrible yet delicious Overwatch 2 McDonald's meal for $10, and that's gone in 15 minutes. You can buy a battle pass and get over 2 months worth of value out of it. Hell, I paid like $30 or whatever on Stray. I 100%ed that game in about 6 hours of playtime. The value for the battle pass is honestly there. Now, I'm not going to sit here on my high horse and say that you should throw your money to the almighty Activision Blizzard King Incorporated like it's some easy task. I understand that there are people in other countries where $10 is a lot more than it is in America. I know there are people with bills to pay and the kids who don't want to ask for their parents' credit card every 2 months to buy another battle pass, but for me, someone who works in a restaurant and can barely make a living wage, I think I can cough up 10 bucks every 2 months. And plus, if you really want to save money, you can just not buy the battle pass on non-hero seasons, like season 3 in February. Maybe that season has a mythic skin you don't really care about either, so you just don't have to buy it. Save your money. But I think it's kind of disingenuous to say that the battle pass is a ripoff like I've seen so many people online say. It really just isn't. I think paying 10 bucks after 9 weeks of playing to keep the game I'm already playing afloat and continuing to pump out content is more than worth it. Overwatch 1's model of loot boxes is like the dinosaurs at this point. We need to move on to the modern way of keeping games alive. I want to live to see a future where 2 years from now the phrases Overwatch and dead game are never in the same sentence. One thing I am a little worried about is the price of regular skins, like the legendary skins and the bundles that we could be paying for. I've heard from a little birdie inside Blizzard that they haven't actually come up to a decision on what the price of skins are yet. I honestly kind of believe it because there have been no images whatsoever of the skin shop yet. We know the price of Overwatch coins, the premium currency that we'll be buying to use to get the new items in the shop, but not the price of skins and bundles like this Widow one in the infographic of Overwatch 2's Battle Pass. I'm just going to throw throw this out there. I think things like this should be about $1 or $2. I know that sounds probably pretty cheap, but here's my reasoning. For 10 bucks, you get the battle pass and everything in it. What, like 8+ skins and everything else in there, including the Genji skin? If one legendary skin costs like 5 or 10 bucks, that's just insane. The value you get from the 10 bucks on the battle pass is exponentially higher than a $10 skin. They have to put these little skin bundles somewhere under 5 bucks for people to even think about it. I know I'll probably be eating my words sooner than later, but that's just my hope. My other hope is that they do like a big skin bundle. Like if they put all of those Cyberpunk skins into one like $15 bundle, I think that's totally fair and actually kind of worth it. Either pay like 5 bucks a skin or buy them all for 15. I mean, that would probably get me to pay for it personally. I don't know. I'm really just on the fence about the monetization. I think the battle pass is worth it, and I think that the skins could either be really predatory or maybe they could be fair. Personally, I'd like to think that they make more money if they were on the lower end, because you could get more people to buy a skin if it's cheaper than to buy one if it's really expensive. Sure, you need like 2 cheap sales to make up for the price of 1 expensive sale, but I think it's better to have it cheaper. Then again, I'm not an economics major, so what the hell do I know? All in all, this new monetization model is a necessary evil to make sure that Overwatch 2 stays alive and well for years to come. I think we're gonna make it in the end, especially with PvE coming sooner than later, and that'll probably get some people spending money, but as of now, I think the game will be just fine and it'll get off on a good foot. No, the game won't die if you need to buy a skin or a battle pass. Just relax. I'll be here to comfort you, don't worry. Okay, I think this will be my last point because I think this video is starting to go a little long already. I've seen so much discourse, especially in the normie Overwatch subreddit, about the switch to 5v5. If I hear one more tank synergy comment, I think I just might be bald by 30 at this point. Listen, if you haven't played the beta, don't be talking smack on 5v5. I can promise you that 5v5 is infinitely better than 6v6, and it's not even close. Tank synergy? Oh, you mean having a Reinhardt take a Zarya bubble and get her 40 energy charge on cooldown? Or do you mean the Winston and D.Va on your team not diving together? And I love the synergy between me and the Insalok Roadhog every other game. Sorry, I don't mean to sound condescending, but unless you're in a tank duo, a scrim game, top 500, or the Overwatch League, tank synergy is a figment of your imagination. You are just 2 tanks existing at the same time in a game. Double shield will be gone as well, so prayers up. I promise you that when you play one tank, it's so much better. As a tank, you feel like an absolute Giga Chad running around the map because tanks are so busted in Overwatch 2. They are so strong and do so much. Having one tank on your team and playing against one enemy tank feels great too. As a support, you don't have to focus on healing both your tanks all the time, and you can look for other options to make a play, and for DPS, you don't have to hard focus shields to get anything done. The lack of shields in Overwatch 2 feels so freeing. Literally feels like taking off the training weights. Yes, Overwatch 2 is a little faster paced, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I'd rather have a more fast-paced, action-packed, exciting game instead of wasting 1 minute breaking double shield at a choke. I promised you, to anyone who has not played the betas, you will like it. Don't listen to little Timmies on r/Overwatch who are crying about the tank synergy. Listen to me. Look, listen. Your father, Father CeeLo. I will guide you down the path of being good at the game and not falling into the crowd of crybabies who get upset at anything changing their status quo. Okay, I think that wraps up this long-winded and probably not well-received video. I'm sorry if you didn't like it, but I'm not a person who thinks that funding the video game by buying things to make my playing experience better is a bad thing. Hopefully you don't think I'm a giant Blizzard shill or an asshole, but this is just my opinion. If you disagree or agree with me about anything, leave a comment below and I'll respond to you. I always look at the comments and I always try to respond to everyone, so I'm sure it'll be a fun time doing that this video. Anyway, that's it from me. Please leave a like if you enjoyed or learned something new. Subscribe and ring the bell icon to see more from me and to get notified when I upload next. And like I said, leave a comment below if you disagree or agree with me on anything I said in this video. Who knows, maybe I changed your mind or maybe one of you will change mine. Also, I'll be live streaming on the 4th when the game does go live, and I promise you, you won't want to miss it. Anyway, that's it. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.